Oh yeah, look at us. Yeah.
Look at us.
Oh, that's like one of the best things ever.
I love it.
Everybody, welcome to an episode. Surprisingly, we are back. This is another episode of the Audio Nerds podcast. So much has been going on in the last 5 weeks, and we apologize that we have not been here to entertain you in these crazy times, or whatever you want to call it, what we do. But I am Alex, and here is my beautiful co-host.
Oh, hey.
Why do I want to say beautiful all the time?
Well, I'll take it. If you're gonna call me beautiful, I'll accept it. Hi, I'm your beautiful co-host, Fable. Nice to meet you. No, before we even get into all this craziness, I want to start off by saying I apologize to any listeners that may have been a little frustrated that we haven't uploaded in a long time. It is 100% my fault. Because I was moving out of state and life was just crazy busy. So. I apologize to all you for the lack of uploads, but I'm really excited to tell all of you about kind of what was going on with both me and Alex has, been going through a lot as well. So we have plenty to talk about, but I just wanted to start this off by saying sorry.
But I think at the end of the day, you don't really have to apologize because I think everyone can understand right now the world is insane. It's absolutely crazy right now, and it's scary. So there's just been so much going on that you couldn't have even prevented. So you just had to roll with the punches like most of us are doing right now. But yeah, it is a bummer that we haven't posted in a while, but we are back and he has successfully landed in another state. So we are now good to go and it's great. And there's no real subject for today other than pretty much an update on just our lives and what's going on. Cause there has been a lot that's happened in the last 5 weeks.
So much has happened. And honestly, where do we even begin with all this? So I guess I'll just
let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about the podcast we were going to release.
So here's another thing I have to apologize for.
This one you can't apologize for.
Yeah, this one you can't. Not even COVID-19 can excuse this. I am an idiot. We recorded a 2-hour long. Wasn't it over 2 hours? I think it might have been.
No. I think it was just almost about to hit an hour when you noticed.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was that long.
Okay, so I'm exaggerating. I'm remembering this wrong, but we had been recording for a long time, and I just completely forgot to arm the record button on my track that I was recording on. So it pretty much we had been talking and for an hour or so, and I wasn't recording my own voice. So I remember you were deep in the middle of a thought too, and I felt so bad because I waved you down, and I was like, dude.
I saw your face
up.
just completely drop, and I was like, my first thought was, oh no, something bad happened. Like what's going on? And the most ironic part was the episode was called Mixing Mistakes. And you didn't hit record.
It's so ironic. I was so excited to shoot that episode too. I literally made the biggest mixing mistake I could have made.
Yep. But that's okay. We may revisit that again, and we obviously didn't want to just redo it because it takes all the the energy out of it if you're trying to almost start over. So maybe we'll revisit that later at some point if you guys want to hear that. But I guess, what's been going? I mean, you have a lot to talk about. I feel like we should talk a bit about where the heck you've been and summarize everything.
Yeah,
it's been crazy.
It's been wild for sure. I mean, so obviously, the move was a complicated process. So me and my wife and my puppy, we just moved to California, actually where I grew up, kind of, and it was obviously it was a really long process. So before we even moved, for a couple of months, we were house hunting, which obviously made me really, really busy on top of just, the usual grinding out music and grinding out videos and doing the everyday work thing. I was genuinely just swamped with calls with our real estate agent, with our lender, just things to do outside of music constantly. So I remember even before I'd left, I was telling you for 1 week, I don't think I can do the podcast this week because, I just got so much going on. And at that time, because I wasn't used to having that much to handle. So I was really trying to handle it the best way I could. And then once we got, uh, we got it all narrowed down to a few different houses that we were looking at. Everything, thankfully went the way we wanted. And we got the home we wanted, but then the move started, which was a crazy process because we actually moved during all of this, the lockdown with the coronavirus, with everything that's going on. We had to move in the middle of that, which was honestly just it was terrifying. Because we thought for sure, well, a we might get it or we might transfer it to one of my family members. So um, we load up this U-Haul, we drive for 17 hours straight. Actually, it was crazy. And we made like 3 stops or something like that. I had to drive a U-Haul towing um our car behind us, which was, it was pretty much the length and weight of a semi truck, and I'm not used to that. So that was terrifying. And my wife drove our other car with our dog and some of our more valuable stuff in that. So we were driving separately for a long time in the middle of the outbreak. So hand sanitizers, gloves, just everything, trying to prevent touch it, just trying to touch as little things as we can, just trying to be the safest we can the whole way down there. And then it got even weirder because we didn't get in the house right away like we thought. The escrow didn't close the same day we thought. It ended up taking a couple days longer because the back end of the lender stuff and all this crazy bank stuff that was going on was actually delayed because all the workers were at home working from home because of the COVID-19 outbreak. So we ended up having to stay with my family for a few days, and I have tons of brothers and sisters, so I was around people, and I was forced to really during the whole move. So that was just a crazy experience. And then now we've been in the home for a week, and I'm finally set up here and just really excited to be back, able to record the podcast and able to record music again and have my studio set up. And so it's just been a wild month and a half over on my end. And yeah, it's been crazy. I can't wait to get back to doing things the way I've been doing them for a while now. So that's pretty much the summary of kind of what's been going on my end.
Yeah, I remember that was really crazy because when you were kind of telling me about what was going on from the beginning, I was kind of freaking out for you because you were saying like you had to get out at this time because people were coming in. They wouldn't let you stay, and borders may be closing, and may not get a U-Haul, and and then you have to move in earlier, and it was just
It was so wild. Like
yeah.
the U-Haul company alone, dude, just to get the actual tow trailer that we needed, like it was so hard. I showed up, like I had hired movers to come help me and Tiff load the U-Haul because it's just us
Mm.
two. And I'm out of shape, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to load this U-Haul and then drive 17 hours straight. So
Oh gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I paid like this moving company to come, and they're coming at 10 a.m. and I got the U-Haul rental pickup at 9. So I go to pick up the U-Haul, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, we don't have your shit." And I was like, "What?"
What?
Yeah, no joke. They just didn't have the tow trailer there, and the guy was like super rude. He was like, "It's not my problem." That's literally what he told me, and I was like, like it made me so mad. I was like, actually, this is definitely your problem. Like, I was like, I made this reservation 2 weeks ago and it's not here. So what do I do? So he sent me like to another city that was 30 minutes away to go pick up a tow trailer, and I barely made it back in time for the movers that we hired who had to wait there. While I
Oh
wasn't
my
there. So
god.
it was just so crazy. And then yeah, obviously just everything being closed, and just we didn't know if we were gonna get through the border to California. Thankfully, everything happened uh, as smoothly as it could have. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Dang, dude. That is
Yeah.
insane. That is absolutely crazy. But you made it and you're in there, and and I see the studio is spectacular. You got all your paneling up, and
Thank you.
it's it is a sight to behold. But yeah, I haven't had that crazy of an experience. I've pretty much just been locked inside, like most people, for the last few weeks, just working on music and um, playing games here and there, hanging out with the wife, watching television, doing things that I think most people are doing.
The good
I'm
stuff.
really excited for tomorrow though because Final Fantasy VII remake comes out. What up? Um,
What up?
I was telling Leanna about that earlier. I was like, I've been waiting for this game for like 16 years, so I'm definitely gonna be playing that this weekend. I'm so excited. I finished my video today. I finished my by this point in the podcast, you would have heard my song, I would assume, or seen that it's out for Naruto. So got that done today. So I'm all prepped for tomorrow. But yeah, but with me, just been working on music. I had a pretty cool opportunity a few like what was it like 2 weeks ago. I had there's a plugin company that Nick and I actually both use called JST, and they have multiple different plugins for different needs like drums, guitar, just mixing in general, and it kind of lends more to rock music generally or like metal. But they had this thing called Artist of the Week, and I just threw my Kirishima song "Break My Body" at them, and was just like, "Hey, I use your software. It's a big part of what I do, and I just wanted to show you this." And they got back to me, and when I read it, I was so confused. I got an email from a guy named Miami Dolphin, and I was like,
What?
"Miami Dolphin? What the?" I almost didn't open it because I was like, "Who the?" I mean, that sounds like
That
spam.
sounds like sketch. Yeah, that sounds kind of
Yeah.
sketch.
I open it up. Miami Dolphin works for JST. And I was like, oh. And he's like, hey, you have won Artist of the Week. Congratulations. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And he's like, yeah, you'll be entered in to win Artist of the Month. And that was pretty much it. And I didn't hear anything. And then I found out that when the live stream was going to be, which I know you showed up to. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
And to my surprise, I won. It was
Easily.
really fun because there was two other bands on there that have much bigger Spotify like following than I do. They have a much bigger Spotify following than I do. But I brought I don't even have a name for them. The Divide Army, I guess.
The Divide dudes.
The Divide dudes and gals, and they all popped in. It was so funny because I posted it on my YouTube community, Twitter, and Instagram, and I was hoping maybe I'd get 20 people maybe would show up.
Yeah.
Because it was at a very specific time, and the voting wouldn't start till a very specific time, so I didn't know. And I go to the link for the live stream, and there was already a handful of people that were supporting me in there, just tagging my name. And there was just I took a picture of it. There was just a list of people, just divide music, all the way down. And I was like, what the heck? And anyways, it was a very surreal moment. I couldn't believe I won. He shut the polling early because there was 5 votes against me. There was 2 on one band, 3 on another. And then I had almost 50 votes in the first couple minutes, or in the first minute. He shut it down after 2 minutes. It wasn't even up that long.
It was. I don't even think it was 2 minutes. It was over quick. You swept the floor, dude. It was boom, done. I don't think it was close, man. I was in the chat. It was hype. There was all. You should honestly use that. It's actually hilarious. The Divide dudes and gals.
Just very, very. That is just bread. That's plain bread right there.
That's what it is. It's just
call it how it is.
That's right. Yeah. No, that
that
was super exciting because, I mean, the company that he's talking about, JST, are owned by, or it's owned and started by Joey Sturgis, he's a really really good engineer in the metalcore metal rock scene, and he's very, very respected. He very respected, and he's recorded a lot of the bands that we actually that we grew up listening to. So I think that was kind of super surreal because it wasn't just like you won a contest by some company that makes plugins. You won a contest by a company owned and operated by Joey Sturgis, somebody we've looked up to for decades now. So it was really cool to see that. And I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I thought you deserved that win easy. So I mean, I know that I already congratulated you, but congratulations again on that. That's huge. I didn't even know it was Artist of the Month until we just were talking before the call, that's incredible.
Yeah. It was kind of confusing because I thought when I won Artist of the Week, I thought I won something, but it's just you are entered into win artist of the month, and then you get like a Sweetwater gift card. But yeah, thank you. It was crazy, and yeah, from our like top 5 artists or whatever we did, and honorable mentions, Asking was one of them, and he is the guy that recorded their first 2 albums, and he's recorded like We Came as Romans, Devil Wears Prada, Bless the Fall. I mean, all those bands back in the day. He recorded all of our biggest influences when we were in high school,
Yeah.
essentially. So yeah. Anyway, so he's definitely someone I've looked up to for a long, long, long time, and yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy that he actually recognized that, and it was weird
Yeah.
hearing him say my name like that. That was what was as dumb as that sounds. He was just like, "Looks like we got a lot of Divide music fans in here."
he was like really like like I don't want to like talk crap about the dude, but it was funny. He was so he was almost like a little bit annoyed by like just how much by just how much support you had. It was like, all right, I guess.
I totally saw that, and I knew it wasn't that he was annoyed with me. I think he was annoyed with the fact, and maybe annoyed is too harsh of a word, but I think he was a little irritated with the fact that it was so pointless.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was really no point to do it because there was only 5 people that voted for the other 2 bands in
True.
total. So it was like, this is like the Divide show, you
Yeah.
know? Like
Oh, yeah.
that's, and I kind of felt bad because people were commenting, just saying like, they were being so nice, saying amazing things to me while he was showing other bands and stuff. And I'm just like, oh man, I just was like, as amazing as this is, I did feel kind of bad. And I did see a comment on there after, because he made a comment about how he said it makes sense because he called me a popular YouTuber. That's what he called.
He said he said you're popular on YouTube, isn't that what he said? I think.
Oh yeah. He said I was popular on YouTube, which is a stretch, but he did say that.
Yeah.
And I saw someone comment on the video saying I didn't take that as a negative, but I saw someone comment on the actual video and say like, don't say that. You're admitting that he's not, or something about how I'm not good. It's just because I have YouTube, or I don't know. They took it way out of context.
Oh yeah.
The experience was incredible. Just to cap that off, because it almost sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was freaking the hell out. My wife ran upstairs. We were so happy, and it was incredible. And yeah, so that is the most recent thing that's pretty cool that's happened with me, other than just doing what we all do, which is just work on music. And
yeah, you released a badass song, your Kirishima song. You released that one, and your cover of I'm gonna mess up the name. What's the name?
I've heard it pronounced Gurenge or
Gurenge.
I've heard different names. It's hard, and I just call it the Demon Slayer OP because I don't want to mispronounce it.
Yeah,
but
that's what I should have done. Yeah. So you released those 2 songs, which were fantastic. People haven't heard your Naruto song yet. I have, which is gonna be a bomb to the world, because that track is just, honestly, for those listening, I'm not trying to overhype this just to get you to go listen to the song. I think the Alex or Divide Here's song that he's releasing tomorrow is his best song yet, easily. I know he said his Kirishima was. I know you were feeling like you liked that song, and it was kind of another milestone for you, but I think that this Naruto song that you're about to release is as big of a milestone, but just in a different sound, in a different environment. So I'm excited to see you release that one, because yeah, you've been dropping some bombs on us, on all of us.
I've been trying to consistently do the best I can. And yeah, the OP was really, really fun to recreate, and it didn't do nearly as well, but I enjoyed making it so much, and everyone that was like, it had so many people commenting, and it had a lot of engagement despite the fact that it didn't do that well on YouTube. So I'm definitely going to do more covers because I know people really liked them, and I really like doing it too. as much of a pain in the ass that it was to have to watch a bunch of videos to figure out what the drummer was doing and the
Yeah.
bass player and all this stuff. But it was incredibly awesome. And I will say on here that I have already recreated the Polaris intro OP for My Hero Academia season 4. So I will be doing that one. I just haven't done the singing for it yet, but I have already recreated the instrumental. So that I don't know when that's going to be coming out, but that is exciting.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and my Naruto song has Zach Boucher, the goat under the tree. I don't even know.
Wait, what? Yo, wait a minute. You can't just be creating what the fuck does that mean, dude? The goat under the tree. I love it.
Dude, he's the goat, like just in the shade. Like people like push the leaves out and they're like, "Oh, the goat." He's
oh
right
my
there.
God, that actually makes way too much sense.
Doesn't it though?
I love it.
Because you tweeted that and I've said it to him recently,
Yeah.
and the guy doesn't know. And he's just so good. I showed Leanna and she was like, "Holy crap."
Yeah.
She was comparing him to like all, a lot of the greats. And
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, he's very, very, very good. And when he sent me his verse, I had
dude,
no words.
I'm a huge Zach B fan. That's why, so pretty much I can't lie. What happened was Alex shows me his new song, and after I heard the verse from Zach, I was like, that's when I tweeted that he was criminally underrated, because I was like, I'm constantly impressed by him. Like, I love the attention to detail and just the care and quality that he puts into not only his songs but his videos. Like, it's just so transparent. Like, if you're watching one of Zach's videos, like, you're watching Zach's videos. Like, it has a feeling and a whole emotional tie to it. And so when I heard his verse, I was just like, man, like, he just stays like, he's not just like one of those guys that can just like live, because like a lot of people are like feature artists, and then like other people are like their own channel artists. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are like artists that are really good on features sometimes, and then you hear them and you're like, wow, this is awesome. But then you go check out their original content and you're like, not, maybe it's not bad, but you're just like, you're not like completely blown away or something like that. Zach is somebody that I watch his videos and I'm like, man, this is fucking awesome. And then I heard, I hear his features and I think the same thing. And this feature on your new song is one of my favorite. It might be my favorite Zach verse I've ever heard. I was like really into it.
Dude, I think if I'm hearing you right, it's like everything he's on, it's always 100%.
Yeah.
It's just it's always like, if he's on something, it's going to be what you expect. It's going to be, and that's why when he sent back what he sent, I was freaking out. I couldn't wait to hear it. And it was everything I wanted and more. I was so happy. But yeah, anyways, love that guy and show him love, because he has no idea how good he is. So anyone that's listening to this point, you should just randomly tweet at him, be like, "Hey, you're good."
Call him the goat under the tree.
Yes, hashtag. Oh my God,
because you just made that whole term up and I love it. I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna start calling people the goat under the tree, and and then I'll explain to them, no, you're just the goat, you're just in the shade, people don't know yet, you're not the goat on the mountain. Everybody knows about the goat on the mountain. Like, there's the goat under the tree,
and there's a goat under the tree. And the goat under the tree is trying to get his way up to the mountain. He's titled as a goat. He just hasn't made it there yet.
Yeah,
people haven't found him,
or he just doesn't even want to be on the mountain, because some people just don't want to be the goat on the mountain. And honestly, I get that.
True.
I'm not one of those people.
That is true.
The goat on the mountain, everybody looks at the goat on the mountain. Like, do you really want to be him?
You know who's peeking out of the leaves right now?
Who?
Who's starting to get a little nibble?
A gopher.
Starting to poke out, starting to climb up the top of going to the mountain?
Who?
Dizzy 8.
Dizzy 8, dude. Dizzy 8. He's the goat halfway up the mountain. Dude,
I know, but he was the goat, but he was under the tree.
He wasn't
getting the attention, dude. And now, it's like he popped his head out, had a couple leaves.
What the fuck?
Climbing his way. And he's kind of like had a coffee break because he hasn't gotten to the top just yet. But once he's on the poppin' challenge, like, that's when he's just knocking people off the top.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. So, yeah. Dizzy's poppin' challenge, man, had me hyperventilating.
I lost my shit when I was watching KSI's video. I told Nick this earlier. I was watching it. I don't really watch KSI, but I knew everyone was doing this poppin' challenge thing. So when I saw that he had a reaction already posted to people that had entered,
Yeah.
I was just watching it, and yeah, to my surprise, Dizzy 8 pops up, and I'm already kind of losing my shit. And then he starts freaking out,
Oh, dude.
reacting, like, oh my, like, who is this guy? This is incredible. And on the video, he like tweets at him or does,
Yeah.
and yeah, I instantly messaged Dizzy 8 and I was like, dude, you are officially out from under the tree.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
go.
You're no longer the goat under the tree. But honestly, I'll always have love for the goat under the tree. Dude, Dizzy's poppin' challenge was amazing. He's on his way. Dizzy's been on his way. You know what I mean? That he's a versatile guy too. Like Dizzy, like he can rap and all, and that's cool. But dude also produces really cool beats. Yeah. He sings. Dude. Some of his fucking hooks are so catchy. Like I really think that he is underrated in every aspect. Like I really. I have so much respect for Dizzy because he's just, and he grinds, you know. I mean, like I remember when I asked that guy to be on my Bond song, like I asked him last minute, like I always ask people because I'm horrible when it comes to time management, and I'm always scrapping up these songs like because you know me. So I'm finishing the song on like a Wednesday, and it's coming out on a Friday. And I'm like, Dizzy, man, like I can really hear you on this, but I know it's like giving you one day isn't fair. And he's like, I got this, dude. And he's like, you'll have your shit in your inbox tomorrow morning. And I was like, all right, well, that's crazy. And sure enough, dude stayed awake all night. He's just, I love Dizzy. I really hope that he can get more and more attention and recognition because I just think he's somebody that deserves it. Like he's a great artist too. So is Zach. I mean, it's just it's cool to see him, like you said, when KSI was losing his mind. It's cool to see somebody like that lose their mind to it. It's so cool.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, I feel like you've been slept on for too long. Like people know you, but people aren't giving you the attention that you actually deserve. So when I saw that, it was incredible. He's super talented. I've watched some of his live streams on Twitch, and FL Studio rat, dude. He loves it. He just jumps in there and he's just making beats, dude. Incredible. Incredible. So
I love the FL gang, dude. They go hard though. Like one of my favorite producers is Nick Mira, and he's doing this thing because of the coronavirus. He's doing this thing called Nick at Night, where he streams at night and he just makes beats, and he takes like acapella vocals from other songs and puts a beat behind it and just makes the chat go wild. And he's an FL Studio guy, and he's pretty much running Billboard right now. Like that guy, he literally he's got credits on Lil Nas X's album, Post Malone's album. He literally executive produced Juice WRLD straight to the top. R.I.P. to Juice WRLD, but that was Nick Mira's executive production on his albums. This kid is killing it, and he is an FL gang till he dies.
Yeah.
I love
it. FL's awesome. I love seeing people work in FL because you have anyone from someone that has no idea what they're doing all the way up to a freaking genius. And it just works so well.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, okay, this is funny. This podcast has slowly turned into us just talking about other people in the community. But
I know, right?
I wanted just to give props to somebody else if they are listening. Daddy Fat Snap showed me his Endeavor song.
Oh, nice.
And dude, his instrumentals.
Yeah,
they are I told him, I was like, dude, you have come a long way.
Yeah,
like they're dynamically just, there's so much more stuff going on.
Yeah,
because I know he used to heavily rely on like I think most people do. You have like your melody line, and then you have some banging drums and a bass line. But he's been like incorporating just all these different things, and I was listening to it, and I was like, dude, what the heck, man? It was a journey, and I told him, I was like, this is incredible, dude. So
oh yeah, dude,
he's been really trying to what's the word? He's been really trying to like evolve his his abilities, and he was telling me he's been watching like webinars and all this stuff, and it's chatted
dude. Hell yeah, love me some good old Daddy Fat Snaps, a good friend of mine, and I know yours. And I chatted with him before I moved, and actually had a really good conversation about it. And he's somebody that is always like Daddy Fat Snaps will always be evolving. He'll always be getting better. He's always staying hungry. He works really hard, and he has improved so much, kind of like all of us have, but he's making these massive jumps right now. You can tell in milestones in his musical career, and I love the musicality that's becoming more involved in his music. Like you said, he's incorporating more musical aspects and just really evolving. And you know, he's somebody that's so impressive too, because kind of like me, but like I was like I guess I'm not the same because I had been playing guitar and like I knew how to play some drums and stuff like that going into producing, and you already had, you know, watching you produce for so many years, I had learned quite a bit just from watching. So Daddy Fat Snaps is somebody who like he had no fucking knowledge.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know
Yeah.
anything about this. Like he literally has just like he just started doing it out of the blue. He didn't play an instrument, nothing. So it's really impressive how fast he evolves and how hungry he stays, especially considering he's like one of the busiest men I've ever known in my life. Like he does so much, and now he has a kid, and
Man, I was a kid, yeah.
he just
That's crazy.
doesn't stop. He's a machine. He's an actual
Yeah.
machine.
No, dude, and he hit me up. I'm sure you probably saw this maybe on Twitter. The Luna.
Oh,
Did you see that?
well, he texted me that the other day, and I said, "Who's Luna?" I actually don't know. I don't know what that is. Still to this day.
Oh, you don't know anything?
No.
Oh, yeah. He posted a link for it on Twitter, and then I think I liked it or something. But then he sent me a message. He's like, "Dude, have you heard?" And I'm like, "No." Essentially, Luna is a DAW from UAD that's free if you have a UAD
What?
Apollo, and it specifically uses there's certain things to do with like the DSP and latency and how it's using it incorporated in the DAW. But there's a lot of people that are kind of upset about it because it seems that they're being very exclusive with it. Like they're actually going to be coming out with their own virtual instruments and stuff. So it kind of begs the question if it's I because I don't know this for sure, but I never heard anything be mentioned about third party plugins in the video I was watching on it when they were
Wait.
talking about it at like NAM.
What?
But I'm sure it must do. Like that would seem like such a weird concept to me.
Dude,
but but it's
what?
but it's free. If you like when it comes out in spring, you can just download it. And the way it's just one of those things. It's like an Apple product. It incorporates everything within the DAW, like all your plugins and all this stuff that's working. It all works
Wow.
with like zero latency, essentially. Like everything is just this great thing. But yeah, a lot of people are mad it's only coming to Mac right now. So all the people that use PC are like, what the hell? And
Holy shit.
obviously all their stuff's expensive. So as he's pulling up his tape machine and his this and that, and you're like, okay, well, if I had all that stuff, I'd be spending over $10,000 on equipment. And so yeah,
Wow.
but
Holy crap, that's a
but
bomb.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I am still very curious. I mean, it's free, so we could definitely give it a try and just see what the heck's going on. A lot of people are calling it Pro Tools for that reason because Pro Tools is so exclusive.
Well, that would make sense.
But,
I at first I was laughing earlier because I texted just now knowing what this is after you explained it. When Fat Snaps texted me, he literally, here, let me pull it up. He said,
he tell you exactly what it was.
no, he literally said, he didn't even answer me. He said, yo, did you see Luna just dropped? And I said, who's Luna? That's literally what I said, and he didn't text me back. And then now I'm seeing that he texted me his mix, and I haven't heard it yet. I'm horrible. I've literally been the busiest dude. Like I've never been this busy in my life. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get past who's Luna, dude. What a dumb thing to
Who's
say.
Luna? Oh man, that's too funny.
I don't know if I'm excited about that after hearing that UA coming out with a DAW. I don't know how to feel.
It's cool. It's free. So I mean, I'll try it just for trying it, but I don't plan on using it. I don't really use a lot of UAD plugins anyways. On my DAW on like post-production stuff. It's all pre-production for me. I don't know if I know it is the same for pre-production for you. I don't know if you use a lot of it post-production, but
only thing I really use is sometimes the Pultec EQ.
Same.
And then sometimes the well, actually every time I do use one plugin, and it's the the
Oh, the tape.
Yeah, they have a tape saturator called the ATX ATR, I forget. Ampex 102. I use the Ampex 102 on every single master that I do. So that
Yeah.
plugin, but that's like the only. Other than that, though, I do use a lot for pre-production. Like you said, I use the Neve 88 RS preamp. I use the this what is it? The Sun model 1176. Forget the actual brand name of this thing. It's emulated from somebody. Oh, it's
talking about
UA's. Oh,
yeah. Are you talking about the 1176 that comes with the
yeah.
Apollo?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
I
didn't
have that on
realize.
right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, me too.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really, other than the Pultec, I don't really use their products, and it's not because they're not good. I just I got the Apollo for the same reason you did,
Yeah.
which was for the pre-production for vocals and stuff like that. So I don't really see a benefit in moving to that DAW, and I honestly don't even want to tickle the idea of me moving to a DAW because Studio One is amazing. So
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna move out
Yeah.
of any DAW anytime soon. I mean, Studio One is definitely home at this point. I'll always have love for Logic and FL, and Reaper. Actually, all the DAWs I've worked out of, and I'm sure you've worked out of, I have love for all of them. They're all good DAWs. I understand them. Still don't understand Ableton.
Yeah.
Still don't get it, but maybe someday I will. Everybody's using Ableton, dude. What are we missing? We're missing something, dude. There's something.
I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, Ableton's cool, okay? If anyone's listening to this and use Ableton, that's cool. We just don't get it. Okay. To me, it is the ugly duckling of all of the DAWs. It just doesn't look good. I don't really see what benefit it has over any other DAW. But people, I almost wonder if it's kind of like an FL thing, maybe. You know, because like if
Yeah.
someone uses it, and like a lot of EDM people use Ableton. But then again, I also think FL gets slept on like crazy, because
I do too. Yeah.
it's been known as this like the cheap DAW, the one that you had when you were a kid, the Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
But it's like, how many hits have been made out of FL Studio?
Yeah, it's incredible. I definitely and I do think they all have a sound to them, and that's where we start the crazy talk. But I can like almost tell when I hear a master or a mix now. Oh, that was made in FL, or that was in Ableton, and Ableton has a sound to it, and it's definitely a thing. But I just, it's not for me. But I don't know why I had to throw that slight shade in there. It's just it just can't get. I can't get past the look, and that's just what it boils down to, I think.
I think ultimately everyone has their flavor, and what was the meme? You showed me a meme from Ableton, something to do with Windows.
Oh,
98
the Windows 95 and the pots and pans. It's like it's like every one shot sound in Ableton sounds like a pot being hit against the wall or a pan or something. Like even Zed and some of the producers I love that use Ableton, sometimes I hear like their production and I think I can tell that like weird sound that I just heard was from Ableton. Like I know it.
Yeah. It's man, I was just Googled it just now, and you'd obviously have to see the pictures of these for them to be funny, but yeah, Ableton. Now I feel like we're harping on it too much. No,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. It's just it's not for us. I've tried it, and I instantly uninstalled it. I just didn't really care for the workflow, and it's just a preference thing. So
Yeah. Definitely.
anyways,
100%.
people that use it, keep using it.
Keep
You're
using
doing
it.
a good job.
Yeah.
if
But you're
you
gonna
wanna
have to
check
have
out
Pro Tools if
Studio
you
One,
want to
you
do
just
audio
talk to me.
editing. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Sorry, I cut you off and everything.
Oh.
All right.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know if they heard you. I know what you said. I didn't hear it, but I know what you said. So that's what made me laugh. Oh my god.
Go decipher the code.
Anyways. Dude, just throwing so much. Dude, this podcast is getting a little shady. We're a little under the tree right now.
I know. Look at it. We're under the tree right now. I'm throwing shade at a DAW for no reason. Works perfectly fine. Everybody loves it. It's a great DAW. I'm just over here like, I don't know why.
Broken.
Why does this happen? This is what happens. We need directions when we do podcasts.
To be fair, this was a catch up. So I don't feel too bad. If anything, I would hope people are listening and just having some like tea or some cafefe or whatever you drink. Maybe some
Cafefe.
sweet tea, or
Hope you're sucking on a Laffy Taffy right now.
Whoa,
Whoa, it's
what
getting
flavor?
weird.
Oh my god! If anyone's listening to this and like have it at a little low volume next to their parents, they're like, what are you watching?
What is that? Yeah, is that like the off-brand Howard Stern show? What's happening right now?
Oh, God. Yeah, we're getting close. Well, I think at this point, this is doesn't have to be a long one. This was just an update for everybody, just to let you know this is coming back now, and hopefully it'll remain to be weekly on Fridays. And do apologize, but we are back, and we're gonna try and stick to the schedule of stuff because we actually had planned out the whole year, and we obviously didn't want to completely ignore how we've been gone for the last couple weeks, and want to acknowledge it and let you know what's been going on. So we're gonna figure out. I don't even know what's going on next week, but we're likely gonna start getting some people on because
Yeah,
everyone's at home anyways. So
that's
if they
true.
tell me they're busy, I'll slap them.
If we ask
Yeah.
somebody and they say no, we're gonna know they just don't like us. Dun dun dun.
You're like, liar. Oh my gosh. Anyways, all right. Well, I guess that's it from me. Nick, do you have anything else you want to say to the
No,
people?
but just shameless plug. Go check out my Muriel song if you haven't already. Go check out Alex's last two songs. He's got a new song dropping tomorrow. I got songs dropping next week. Most likely going to be a Valorant song. So
wait, a what?
Valorant, the game, the new game that came out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
cool.
So yeah, anyways, that's all I really got to say. Sorry I got so weird. I'm tired, and I've been putting up acoustic panels, and that's my excuse.
Yeah, I feel a little weird too. I'm going to use the excuse that it's kind of late. It's only 10:30. What am I talking about? Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. We will see you guys next week with another podcast episode. Stay safe, stay healthy, and fuck COVID.
Peace.